Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of the Trevor Ohlsen Show. Nothing set up. Trevor Ohlsen Show, episode number 44. Episode number 44, ladies and gentlemen. On Wednesday, February's 17th? Oh, indeed. February 17th, 2021. I am your host, Trevor Ohlsen. How is everybody doing? What is going on? Hope your week's off to a good start. Hope life is moving in the right direction for you. Huh? I'm chopping all my hair off tomorrow. It's coming off. I have made the decision that I had long hair in the past, as most of you know. And if you didn't, I had long hair, like nipple length hair at the longest. And I have done a handful of styles in between along the way. And the one thing I have not done in a long time since I was in elementary school, since like middle school-ish. Well, maybe it was elementary school. It was when I was in baseball. When was I in baseball? I don't know. One thing I have not done since I was very young is like buzz cut it. And so I'm buzz cutting it. Tomorrow I have a hair appointment scheduled at the salon. It'll be my hairdresser dude, John. He's just expecting a standard cut, like, all right, get you cleaned up. Let's talk about the John and we always have great conversations. That's why I like going to a salon. I suggest a salon over a barber for a couple of reasons. One is that they wash your hair. Instead of just going to a barber where they just walk in and kind of spritz you in the face and the hair, half of it goes in your eyeball. Instead of that, they at a salon they lay you down like they're gonna make sweet love to you, and then they shampoo and condition your hair, and then they give you a head massage. The good ones do. They give you a nice head massage, and it's really quite nice. That's like, I just pay for that. And then they sit you down, then they chop your hair, and John and I are the salon. Do you call him a barber at a salon? I don't know. A hairstylist, whatever you want to call him. Him and I, we always have good conversations. So it's always fun. I always look forward to it. Oh, I just realized this might be messed up. Oh no, it's good. Didn't know if you guys were hearing me appropriately. So we're gonna sit down. And he's gonna be like, all right, Trevor, the standard. I know what to do, and I'm gonna be like, hold on, John. And then it's all coming. I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to show him a picture of a handsome, shaved Matthew McConaughey. Because he pulls it off really well. And I was like, I want a hair like this. And so it's a means for me to have a fresh start, hair-wise. A fresh look. I have something in my eyeball. Speaking of getting sprayed in the eyeball. Last 3 minutes feels like an ant is biting my iris. There we go. Looks nice. So it's coming off tomorrow. I just want a new look. I just want not a fresh start. I just want a fresh haircut. And also, I'm trying to not get too attached to my physical features. I'm trying not to get too attached to the way my body looks and the way I look. And I want to be a bit more malleable. And it'll grow back. So, imagine if it didn't. After shave it or get a buzz cut, and then I just immediately afterwards go bald and have no hair after that. I was just talking to a friend who he had a mullet, in college, and he said that his friend also had a mullet, and then as soon as so they did it together, and his friend did the mullet. And then immediately afterwards, he went bald. And I just thought that was funny. Like, wow, I bet if he knew this was coming, the last thing he would have done with his hair would be to make a mullet. Like, if you knew you were going to go bald, you'd probably just have a beautiful mane, and you'd make it as beautiful as possible. And let's be honest, mullets are not beautiful. Now, some of you might have a mullet, and I'm sorry to hear that. And I recommend not having a mullet. Why? I'm discriminating. Why am I discriminating against people with mullets? It's my right. No, I don't care. Do whatever you want with your hair. The week is off to a good start, folks. I feel like life is continuing to progress forward. I have not been watching the news at all, and so I've got nothing to share with you with regards to opinions on current events. I still struggle with that. It's like part of me wants to watch the news so I can discuss these things with you, but a larger part is like I just want to be like mentally healthy. And so I just feel like the news is so negative. Speaking of negative, the book I'm reading, Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, it's excellent. It's brilliantly written, obviously, and but it's like really, it's one of those books where the author's just really, really good at making you visualize what's going on, and there's just like a lot of poverty and a lot of horrible things happening, and it's disturbing and almost depressing. It's like when I read The Jungle, which I still have like 50 pages left. I never finished it, which I need to finish it. The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. Like that book it will not make you feel good. Like it'll make you but in a sense it will as well, because all these horrible things are happening to this Lithuanian immigrant family from the 19th century, and the only way that it will make you feel good is it helps you recognize how blessed and fortunate you are here in the 21st century with all of our problems. Like, life is infinitely better than the 1800s, folks. Not sure if you knew that, but it truly is. And yeah, it was just and I was telling my dad about the book a long time ago when I was reading it, and I was like, oh, makes you feel, I was like, I was telling him all the horrible things happening, and he was like, he doesn't like reading books that make him like not feel good. He's like, oh, why would you read that? And I was like, well, it's important to understand how far we've come as people. It's important to know that 100 years... Oh, light just died. Son of a bitch. It's important to recognize how far we've come as a society within a couple hundred years. It was a mess 200 years ago. It's still a mess, but it's less of a mess, and that's a good thing. See, every year, things become a little bit less of a mess. Except last year, seemed like we maybe went in the wrong direction. I could be wrong, but I'm a things happen for a reason type of guy, I suppose you could say. I was just again having that very same conversation yesterday with a friend. Yes. So, the book Crime and Punishment. It's good. It's going well. I feel like this podcast, I just need to start having guests on. I feel as if I just talk about the book, which I enjoy. I enjoy listening to people who talk about the books they read. So if you don't like it, there's like 40 of you out here listening. Whatever. No, I need to start having some guests. Some guests. So I learned some things about the watch I bought. Sort of. I'll share it with you. So I'm not a watch like connoisseur, if you will. But I mean I like watches, and this was Vincero's. It's called Vincero's Nero Marble Automatic, something like that. But it's an automatic watch, and what that means is that I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Let's see on the back here. Oh boy, let's see on the back if I keep it straight. Spin it. There's a little. There you go. You can see that piece inside, kind of shaking. A little bit. Basically, let me. What was the exact definition? Automatic watches. An automatic watch. So this is an automatic, and it says it's quite cool. An automatic watch movement uses a rotor or metal weight. So that's what it's at the back there. If I'm understanding it correctly, uses a metal weight to power the timepiece. The rotor will oscillate freely within the watch. Yes, so that's the rotor. Every time the wearer moves their wrist. Every time the wearer moves their wrist, the rotor spins. That intrinsic spinning motion is transferred into energy that winds the mainspring of the watch automatically. Pretty cool, right? Isn't that neat? But you have to set it every every day or two. You got to reset the time. But it's still cool. I haven't had an automatic watch before, and so it's a little more effort. That's a real problem to have. On my automatic watch, I have to wind every 2 days. Oh, how do you survive, Trevor? Very, very carefully. I'm pissed that light went out, but I saw that coming. I've had the battery in there for 2 weeks, and it's a rechargeable battery. I'm working on some music, friends. Well, I did announce on my online that March 26th. Lead single off the album is coming out, baby. Lead single off the album is coming out. I'll say it again, March 26th. Lead single off the album is coming out. And I'm very excited about that. Also, but with regards to music, I also released, I think you guys know, on January 29th, I released a song called Vulnerable, a collaboration with a couple dudes. And I'm making an acoustic version. So I started the acoustic version yesterday, and it's actually just vocals and piano. And so I was thinking about just doing an acoustic guitar version, but I came up with a nice little piano piece for it that I've been working on for a while, and started it yesterday, the actual recording process, and it was fun. It's good to record, definitely good. And I've got basically a nice, I was going to say rough draft, but it's really more, it's more than a rough draft. It's the foundation. It's built, I laid down the foundation yesterday, and it's sounding pretty good. I'm going to have to go through and redo some of the vocals, as always. That's normal. And clean things up a bit, get it sounded good. Took a nice sauna this morning, as always. See, I just talk about saunas and books and gyms and haircuts and. I'm going to order the couch today. I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm all over the place on this podcast. As always, I'm going to order either a love seat or a couch today. And I was looking at couches for a long time, and I like the fact that they can double as a futon, but I don't necessarily need it to double as a futon. And a love seat would really fit better. So it's going to go right over there. And I am looking at just getting a grayish one, couple $100 with shipping, like $250. Nothing expensive. Nothing expensive, just need a little love seat. I'm gonna fuck off that dresser. Fuck off, mate. I watched this great movie for the third time. For the third time the other day on Sunday. I took it easy on Sunday. And it's called The Gentleman, and it's with Matthew. I might have talked about it on here, who knows. But it's called The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey, and who else is in it? Let's see. The Gentleman. Came out in 2020, so it's brand spanking new. 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it was better than that. Where's the cast? Here we go. Yeah, Charlie Hunnam, however you say his name. He was awesome in it. Matthew McConaughey, Colin Farrell, Michelle Dockery, Hugh Grant, really, really big name actors, obviously. And it's so good. Matthew McConaughey is badass. Same with Hunnam. And I also just saw him in this other movie, Chris. I'm getting kind of into him as far as an actor. He's really good. What was he just in? It was in, like Hell Island, they called it. Right? Let's see. Hell Island. Is this correct? No, it's not it. I don't know. I can't remember what it was called. But besides the point, The Gentleman is really an awesome movie, and I recommend you guys check it out. Check it out. They say fuck and cunt more times than I've ever heard in a movie. But also, it takes place in the UK, and they throw the word cunt around all the time over there. In America, it's like it's very frowned upon, that word. Over there, they're just like, you fucking cunt. Like, they just say it. They say it all the time. But not here in America. It's a naughty word. So, recommend the movie, folks. Recommend checking it out. It's a good one. It's fantastic. I need to start having guests. Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna shut this off even though it's off. Hello. There we go. What else has been going on, guys? I just feel like not much to talk about. Nice little lighter, huh? Oh yeah. Kumbaya, my lord. See, look what I'm doing. Yeah, look at this. I'm fucking 17 minutes in. I'm out of things to talk about. This podcast is over. It's done for. No, it's fine. It's not a problem. Look at me. Look at Stumped. Huh. Can you imagine it? Stumped 17 minutes in to the podcast. Trevor, wow, this is really excellent. You talked for 15 minutes about nothing, and the last 15 minutes you tried to talk about nothing. No, maybe I'm being too hard on myself. I think I might be a little bit too self-critical, folks. A little bit too judgmental. You don't want to knock yourself down with your criticisms. Now you want to have a healthy dose of self-criticism, and you want to be able to evaluate yourself and look inwardly. But, man, sometimes it might be a little too hard. Maybe I'm not too hard on myself. I don't know. All I know is that you don't want to crush yourself with your own judgments. I feel like I'm always like preaching, and I don't want to come off as preachy, but hopefully I don't come off that way. But I just I get excited about information that I learn. And I just want to share it with you guys, like all the things that I've started to implement and do throughout my life. I feel like over the last like 20 episodes, I just remember episode 19 was me shouting into a microphone, into the mic, and just having fun. And everyone was like, "Oh, it was your best episode yet. It was so funny." And then the last 20, I feel like they haven't been funny at all. I don't know. That's why I maybe just want to start having guests on. Yeah, because it also be fun to like interact with you guys, but obviously this isn't live. So I need some ideas. I need some guests. I think that would really make it more interesting for both you and me, because I can learn something from the conversation being had, hopefully with the person, whoever comes on, and then we're both a little bit smarter, a little bit better, and that's what is good about conversations, folks. You want to reach out and interact with people who contradict your own belief system and your own ideas, because that's how you learn. That is how you learn. I listened to a great. That was good. It was a good podcast. I was listening to Gad Sad. Gad. It's a hell of a name, right? Gad Sad. No, he came on to Jordan Peterson's podcast. It was pretty good. It's a little over my head, a little bit. I understood most of it, but again, that's good. You want to be a little outside your comfort zone. But one podcast that I really enjoyed, I don't know if I talked about it on here, I might have, was Mark Manson, who went on to Peterson. And Mark Manson wrote the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which I've read like 4 times. And it's really entertaining, and I like his comedy. But it's really insightful. It's a good reminder. It's like it brings me back to earth, so to speak, when I feel like things are getting out of control. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta just like, I care about a certain few things that really matter to me, and say, just forget about the rest, basically. But yeah, he came on to Jordan Peterson's podcast, and it was really, really, really excellent. They talked. It was him and Peterson, and Peterson's daughter Michaela, and yeah, it was excellent. It was good. It was entertaining. It was insightful. I felt like I learned some things from it, and I listened to that a couple times. I listened to it, and then I just re-listened to it right away. It was one of those podcasts where I was like, that was really good. I want to listen to it again. And so maybe consider checking that one out. Maybe consider checking that one out. Did I tell you I went out? When did I go out? I didn't. Did I? It's Wednesday, Saturday. When did I go out? Did I go out Saturday or Friday? Either way, I don't think I told you. Maybe I don't know. No, I didn't. Did I tell you guys that I went out on Saturday? I don't know if I did. If I did, sorry, I'm going to tell you again. No, it was nice. I went out with some friends and some friends of their friends, and we ended up at a couple different bars. I had a couple non-alcoholics. Guys, I'm closing in on day 300 of no alcohol. Like 283, I don't know. I haven't been keeping track, but I will say I've been paying a bit more attention as I approach day 300. Just because that's cool. But no, it was fun going out. We went to Soul Blue in the area, which was fun. Then 9:30 rolled around, and they were like, last call. I was like, what? Last call, it's 9:30. We just got out. And so everyone was just going to go home. And I was like, well, I mean, do you guys want to go to the CNR? Which the CNR has really taken over the area. Mainly because just through circumstance, with Michigan being closed for so long and CNR being right across the bridge into Wisconsin, everyone's just been going there. They also fixed it up, and it looks super nice, and they did a nice job. And it's a very, very big, much bigger than I remember it when I was young, and it looks great. But yeah, I mean, the place was packed, and it was pretty fun. I'm kind of over like country bars. I don't know, I feel like I don't belong up here. I don't belong here, guys. I don't want to say that. I was gonna say I just like you resonate, and more like you identify with certain places really well. I just feel like I don't identify with the crowd up here very well. With people up here very well. Like, I can talk and get along with anyone, but I just, like, when I was in Nashville, obviously, I just felt like I really, really identified with the culture and the people and the energy and the creativity. Whereas it's like up here, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just different. There's nothing wrong with the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's not what I'm saying. I've lived here for most of my life, and there's many good reasons for that. But I will say, just personally for me, I just feel like I don't really identify with it anymore, especially as I've gotten older. Again, this is not shitting on the Upper Peninsula. It's beautiful here. But, there's small towns. There's kind of a lack of nuance, and that just is bound to happen anywhere. But also, like, and I've got there's nothing wrong with blue collar hard work. There is not. I've done a lot of jobs like that, and I admire that sort of work. I don't want to do it forever, but that's just sort of the area. Like, there's not a lot of opportunities creatively. People will probably not be happy about me saying that, but I mean, I'm just saying my observations. So yeah, I just feel like I don't really identify with here anymore. Maybe just as I've gotten older, maybe I need to move. Look at this. You guys are watching me figure out that I might have to move. I did love Nashville. And it's not LA nor would I want to go to LA at all. Like, it's sunny and nice. Yeah, it's also shut down for the last year. And I don't need to be around that type of, well, that's a really broad brush. I was going to say that type of people. I take that back. And I haven't even been to LA, so I can't say any bad things. I'm just repeating what I've heard people say. I just know there's a lot of fucking crazy people there, but there's crazy people everywhere. And also, I don't need to be in New York or anything like that. It's really, truly the big three are LA, New York, Nashville. And tons of people are moving to Nashville. And Austin. Austin's really blown up, I hear. So if I was to move anywhere, it'd probably, if I was to just if I had to up and leave today, I'd probably go settle in Nashville. And because Tennessee's gorgeous, much like here. It's very beautiful here. So I really appreciate that. B, there's just more creative, infinitely more creative opportunities with regards to music, obviously. And just kind of, I like the young, vibrant energy of the city. I was just talking about this with someone yesterday at the gym. She was just like, oh, I'm like 26 and I feel old. And she's like, I look at people who live in the cities who are like 30 and they look like they're 20 and they've got the energy of an 18-year-old. And I was like, well, there's a certain energy about cities. It's like you go to New York or any other sort of big city. I mean, there's just more people. There's more energy. That's just like part of the culture. And so small towns are intentionally quieter. Like, that's what people want in a small town. It's like, that's why people stick around. There's a million great things about being up here. If there was more creative opportunities, and I think if I could just magically make a couple things happen around here, it would be even though it would no longer be a small town, it would be Iron Mountain at least, be to dramatically increase the population. Add 100,000 young people. And then, just by doing that alone, man, a lot of things would happen. Towns would grow. More opportunities would present themselves. There'd be more of a music scene. There'd be more opportunities available. Yeah, if I was to do that. But yeah, if I had to up and leave, I would just go to Nashville, I think. I liked Minneapolis and St. Paul. I definitely did. But I wouldn't want to move back there. But I could see myself living in Nashville. Maybe I'll move to Nashville someday. Maybe I should just go. Maybe I should just up and leave today. Pack all my shit up. Next episode's me down there. That'd be fun. Get a little apart. Well, that's one thing nice about up here is you can buy a home, extremely affordably. How much are homes in Nashville? Let's find out. Am I still on camera? Oh, yeah. Average cost of a home in Nashville. How much do you need to live comfortably in Nashville? GoBankingRates.com released new findings that the cost to live comfortably in Nashville is just over $80,000. The problem is the median household income is closer to $50,000, a $30,000 gap. Well, I mean, I could just rent a place. That's all. That's all you got to do about that. Get a place, $1,100 a month. There's a nice place that I saw down there. Actually, that my friend owns, and he was like, yeah, you want to rent it? I'll rent it out to you. And he was like, that's $1,200 a month. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. But super nice place. But I mean, my God, you can rent a house up here for $600, or take out a mortgage for $200 a month, which is nice. So that's nice. That's also a really nice benefit up here. Is it's super affordable. As I say, living in my parents' basement. So, yeah. All right. What did we cover today? Little books, little Nashville, little. This is a pop filter, by the way, in case you're wondering. It stops the plosives. Notice how that sounded horrible in your ears, especially if you were just listening to headphones. I apologize. Listening through headphones, rather. Next time you see me, I'll have no hair. You guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. Keep moving forward. If you'd like to reach out to the show, I'd love to hear from you. By God, I would. The Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com. That's the Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you folks. Also, if you enjoyed the show and you'd like to support the show and you'd like to gain access to all of the Saturday episodes, all the Saturday episodes that come out, oddly enough, on Saturdays, head over to patreon.com/Trevor Ohlsen. Patreon.com/Trevor Ohlsen to sign up for the Patreon episodes. You can also get handwritten letters, autographed pictures, all sorts of cool shit, opportunities to Skype. You guys know the deal. Patreon.com/Trevor Ohlsen. You guys all have a fantastic rest of your week. Keep moving forward, and I will see you on Saturday.